never dare step on a scene. You know shit about to go down.
Got 100 on my dash, got 200 in my trunk. Name in the grab bags for my trunk.
Yo, Ichi the Witch is back, man. Yo, this arc look like it's gonna be better than all the others that we got in the past. It seems as if the world hater is making its move, and this was an amazing chapter, man. Hunt 49, we about to get right into it. The name of the chapter is A Glass of Water, which is kind of hilarious considering everything that's going on. But we have it where the oracle, you know what I'm saying, the prophecy of Majik, you know, she just had a vision in the previous chapter where the world hater came and finished her off. And that vision that she's seeing had her shooken up. I mean, rightfully so. She was killed. So she's there trying to catch her breath, and you have it where this waiter walks up to her and says like, yo, you're drenched in sweat. Like, yo, would you like some water? And then you have it where she looks at this guy, takes the water from him, and then pours it on the floor and says, who are you? You know, how did you get in here? And apparently his name is Hisagi. Hopefully I'm saying it correctly, Hisagi. But, you know what I'm saying, he's someone who works for the world hater. He's one of his proteges or underlings, if you want to call him that. And he says, I have a message from my Lord and Master, which is the world hater Majik. And he says like, yo, he pulls out the staff of the world hater, he smacks the ground, and you see like that kind of decayed look that the world hater normally does comes from the ground. So this really makes me wonder, what is this Majik's ability? Because obviously that's the world hater's power that he's using right now. That's the world hater's staff, if I'm not mistaken. So what is his ability? I'm not really sure. I mean, you see these black stars floating around in the air. Maybe that has something to do with his power. And then at the same time, maybe he's one of those ones who can copy other people's abilities to a certain extent. Maybe that's his ability. But anyway, you got it where he talks to you know what I'm saying, the oracle. I was about to call it a prophecy, but the oracle, and says like, yo, you should stop helping out these witches. You know, the world hater doesn't like that you're helping him, and now he can't ignore your prophecies. So you have it where this guy goes to say, I can imagine the vision that you've seen of the world hater finish you off. It must have been something truly frightening based on how you look. It's like, don't worry, with proper action, you know, even your prophecies can be avoided. To make a long story short, leave the Witches Association and join Lord World Hater. You know, doing that will avert the prophecy and save your existence. And you have it where she says save. Like, boy, you sure do got things wrong. I'm neutral. I'm sorry, but I'm neutral. But thank you very much. And he goes to tell her like, yo, unfortunately, that's no longer an option. You've been permitted to free reign this whole time because Lord World Hater did not see your prophecies as relevant to them. But a new era has begun. Ichi the Witch exists. The moment he was discovered, Lord World Hater could no longer afford to dismiss your prophecies. So I wonder if there was a moment where, you know, she told the world hater like, yo, a male witch will come for you one day, and he just chose to ignore it and then just went about his day, this, you know, his existence this whole time. And then once he actually encountered Ichi, he was like, yo, this is part of the prophecy. She said her shit is real. I wonder if that's what happened, and maybe we might find out at some point in this series. But anyway, you got it where he goes to say like, yo, I'm here to headhunt you and to offer you advice. Stop giving useful prophecies to the Witches Association, and by extension to Ichi the Witch. Join us and aid us, and you will survive. Then he goes even further to say both of you, not just you, but your human. I believe her name is Jiki. And the crazy thing is, we find out something different. Like in Ichi case, as well as the other witches, you have it where they're outside in the living world, and their magic beast that they obtain lives within their magic circle. But you have the complete opposite here, where this human is living in the magic circle, and her magic is living in the real world. That's crazy. And you can see that there's a bond between these two. Like, she looks at her as not just someone she can use to roam freely, a body she can use to roam freely. She look at her as family. At least that's what the vibe I was getting, because once this guy makes that threat, you have it where the oracle grabs this guy and says, do you think I will ever let you get close to her, you scum. Like, yo, don't even think about going after her. And you got it where he's like, nah, this is just my advice. You can prevent this from happening. Today I only came to deliver a message. I shall visit you again before long. I look forward to hearing a favorable response. The Oracle. Then you have it where this guy disappears. She falls on the ground to her knees and she says like, yo, could this get any worse? And as that happens, you have it where this guy teleported to another part within the witch organization, and he's walking and he says, man, so looking at the Oracle's face, I could tell she's been more contaminated by humanity than expected. You have it where he says this one statement, which kind of makes sense. I understand where he's coming from. Besides the ones that was actually the Majiks that was actually trying to hurt people, I kind of understand where he said association is a giant prison designed to steal Magic's freedom. A detention center built by those detestable witches for enslaving rare and glorious beings known as Majik. To be completely honest, just standing inside this building makes me physically ill. Now, I get what he's saying. This is a prison. And for the ones that were evil, I understand them being held captive within, by the witches that obtained them. But for the innocent ones, the ones that won't hurt anybody, it does kind of seem like it's unfair for the Majiks. I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. But you guys can let me know. I like when series do that thing where you can look at stuff from different perspectives. But you have it where as he's walking off, he says, if only all of humanity would die, that'd be nice. They're irredeemable as a species. When they go around building places like this, I wish Lord World Hater would eliminate them and be done with it. Well, my duty here is done. Time to go home. I have to give a report. And as he says that, you have Dad show up out of nowhere saying, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, Mr. Waiter. Could you get me a glass of water? Now, I was hoping Ichi would show up, but Dash is an even better option that I didn't even consider. But you have it where she says that, and she looks so sincere as she's talking to this guy. Next thing you know, you have it where she does her attack, and she says pierce through, and she goes to attack this this Majik. And as she's going to attack him, you have it where he pulls out that same staff of the World Hater to block the attack. Now it looks like it was very powerful, I'm not gonna lie, because he still gets smashed into a wall. He's coughing up blood, and then you have it where Dad says, hey, now that's weird. What's a waiter doing with a nasty looking magic staff? Oh no, I'm scared. She goes to say that you're an intruder. I guess I'm going to have to throw you in prison. And the chapter kind of ends with her having this magic aura around her that looks cold as hell, looks dope as hell. And the guy's looking at her, but he doesn't seem to be scared. So we might get a battle with him and Daz where we get to see her go all out. Oh man, I can't wait to see it. The last time we seen her fight was against the World Hater, for real. That's the first time we kind of seen her push herself, and Togi's had to jump in to help her because the World Hater was kind of a bit much for her. Well, I won't say a bit much, but given the circumstances with her trying to save everybody, it was just a lot at that present point in time. So we might get to see her go all out in the future chapters, and I can't wait to see it. But I'm curious to know y'all thoughts on this chapter as a whole. Did it keep y'all entertained like it did for me? Let me know down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace.